Good morning, Jim Hodges here, Phoebe here. Phoebe is a 1-year-old black lab that came in for our residency training program. Very sweet girl, very playful, very affectionate, but probably the one thing that I can say about her, and I've seen it a couple of times, is she is gung-ho about life. She's gung-ho about playing games. She'd make a great hunting dog, but she is not crazy about working and doing obedience. I tell people all the time that real training begins when you want to do something and your dog doesn't. So what happens? In her case, we're going to try to motivate as much as we can, but that toy, that treat, the toy that she's manic about, the treats, don't always propel her to get her to do what we want. So when that happens, we still make her do it. We don't increase the consequence. We're not here to intimidate or dominate, but we're here to carry through the process. You may see that as we get to work. Sometimes she wants to do it, sometimes not. We carry through, we try to be positive and upbeat, and she has to do it, okay? The big thing she came here for was for pulling and not quite listening. She was a real hard puller. I think we're on the other side of that now, and it's just a matter of doing the things that we're getting ready to talk about. You ready, sweetheart? Let's go. Listen to that tone. Atta girl, let's go. Now, she was pulling before. Now, she's not quite as motivated. So what do? We just encourage her when she's behind us, but when we're walking and she starts to get in front, we're gonna, good girl, we're gonna tap that leash right back by our side, okay? So let's go. So if she started to get in front of me right now, I would go, no, let's go. Tap her and just keep walking. I wouldn't have stopped like I did. And when she's right beside me, I'm gonna praise her. The key is if she starts to pull, we catch her here. We don't wait till she's 2 or 3 feet out in front of us. We catch her as soon as she starts to move from our side. Another thing that we can do in the beginning is change directions a lot. It teaches our dog to have to focus on us, because believe it or not, it's our walk, even though we might be trying to exercise and walking them. Let's go. Atta girl. Sit. Good girl. Sit means sit. When I hand signal here, I ask her to sit. She has to sit. She has to hold that sit. If she did not sit, or she got up out of the sit, I would tap the leash straight up and go, no, sit. Okay? Break. Good girl. Break is my release command. Whenever I'm through with her working on a command, I'm going to break her. I'm going to move to another command. When I break her in the beginning, and usually forever, I'll do that little safe sign and I back up, hold my hand in, pet her, love her when she gets there, okay? So important, because that's the precursor for the come command as well. Sit, down, hand signal from the side for down. When I ask her to down, this is the hand signal from the side, she's supposed to lay down. She's supposed to lay down and hold that down until I release her, okay? If she does it down or she pops up, this is her head, I'm gonna go, no, down, then good girl. Once she does what I want, even if we have to consequence, we're gonna always come back with a reaffirming praise. When we give a consequence, even for a dog that needs motivation, we're not here to consequence any harder than any other time. We've just gotta be positive. We use the other things. You remember praise, words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion? We still do words and touch and positive emotion. And if we can use a treat or a toy, fine. In her case, I'm afraid she loves toys so much, when I introduced toys to her, it shut her down, and I didn't want to ruin her from playing games or wanting to play with the toys. Okay, let's go. Good, change directions, sit, down, from in front. Good girl. Atta girl. If I thought she wanted a treat, I would give her one, okay? But this is down from in front, down from the side. Now the next thing we're gonna do, if I got a treat, we'll see how she does. I'm gonna ask her to COME to me. And when I do that, this is gonna be the hand signal, okay? And hopefully she's gonna come to me and sit. If not, I'm gonna make her do it. Okay, come. Good girl. Now, see, she didn't take it, but that's okay, good girl. Break. Notice she didn't want the treat. She's not motivated by the treat. She's a sweet girl, she's affectionate, but she is just not motivated to work for us. Hopefully it'll be different for mom and dad. Believe it or not, we're already seeing a difference with her as far as wanting to work sometimes not. It depends on the mood she's in. We're just gonna stay upbeat, positive, and work our way through. Okay, let's go. Next thing, place. Hand signal for place, good girl. Get on the bed, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she gets on the bed. She has to hold the place command until we release. Good girl. Interesting story about place command, and we didn't find out till our owners visited. We have round dog beds inside. She would not get on a round dog bed. Rectangular bed, fine. Round dog bed, she would not. Talk to her owners. She had this aversion. They have a real nice round bed at home. She wouldn't get on it there either. She might walk over it, but she will not lay on it. We're improving, but it is a very reluctant endeavor, okay? So we're just going to encourage her to do it. If we decide we're going to encourage her to do it, we want to make her do it. But then once we get her on, we release her, okay? And we just continue to work. I don't know if there was an imprint thing there or she just has this aversion to round beds. She loves furniture. We allow her to get on furniture. It's okay at home. Not a big deal. If you ever get to the point that you want to command her on furniture, let's go, baby. Come on, girl. We're going to do the same thing we do in all the other videos. Okay, sweetheart. Load up. Load her up. Break or get off at the furniture. Good girl. Good girl. Same thing, okay? Sit. The next thing is the heel command. The heel command, I like to tell people, we have a box beside us. She's in that box. It's her job to stay in the box. It's our job to keep her in the box. Keep in mind that let's go is very similar. The difference with the heel command is when we stop, she's supposed to sit automatically. This can be a little hard for her, especially when we start making turns. We don't stop in the middle of a turn. We always make sure we come out the other end of the turn so she can get herself back situated so she can be in the box. So I'm gonna do it forward first, heel. So we stop, she sits automatically. Good girl, she's holding the sit, just like if we gave her the sit command. She holds it until we release her. Again, heel. This was the hand signal. We heel, watch me step off. See how she's coming back into the box? But I did not stop until she got back beside me, okay? Great, good girl, sweetheart. So we do that when? If we're in a market or something like that where we want our dog to be real tight to us, we'll have her in the heel just like this. The most important thing about Let's Go in the heel is that right now we keep a loose leash and we're close, a short loose leash. Later in life, as you've got what you want and you're the leader, I don't care if she walks out in front of you, but I'd never, good girl, I never want her to pull on us, okay? So remember, we're gonna walk and work her till she's willing to walk beside us on a loose leash. And she's gonna do that in the next week or two, but the thing about that is we want to continue to reinforce that behavior probably for the next few months. And then if you wanna allow her to go out in front a little bit, that's fine, but don't let her take advantage. In fact, I would probably change the command and give her a loose leash command, whatever you want to call it. That's what I would do. Last thing is she might be outside in the yard, she doesn't want to come in. That's real hard. I tell everybody, especially when you get a dog that's a year old, you know, we've told our dog to come, it goes in one ear and out the other. We have to figure out a way to motivate her. I've already said that treats aren't always a motivator with us, but I believe the ball or toy would be, especially if you spend time playing with her with the ball. Every member of the family does that the way we talked about this week, okay? And they've already done a real good job. You've already done a real good job playing with her with the ball, but use that. And how would you do it? She's out in the yard. You've already learned that when she's out in the yard, you tell her to come, she may or may not come, mostly not come. So what you do is you take that ball and you wave that ball, you call her name, you can use a treat, any kind of toy, okay? I've got a treat, you already see she didn't want a treat, but maybe she'll do it out of happenstance because she's seen this action so many times, she thinks she's supposed to come. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get her to the point that when she sees our motion, sees the toy, that she naturally wants to come to us. That's the same when we break and step away from her. We're trying to become like a magnet to her that she wants to come. We do it over and over. The problem is with the come command off leash, we do not tell her to come unless she's committing to coming to us. So if she sits there and looks at me and says, look, I don't care about you, dude, I'm not gonna come, I'm not gonna say that word come at all. Why? Because if I say it and she doesn't come, she just learns she doesn't have to obey. And with her not necessarily wanting to please and obedience all the time, that could be the first step to you really having to work hard. The other end of that off-leash come command, we never do anything that looks like a consequence or something she doesn't want on the back end. So if she's having fun outside playing and you call her to her and you take her and grab her by the collar, grab her by the leash and go put her in the crate or put her up and leave, she's gonna say, why should I come to you? You're just gonna do something I don't like. The come command has to be the most positive thing in the world. You've already told me that that's naturally a good thing. We just want to reinforce it. When you travel, she's always with you and always wanting to come. But at home in the backyard, she's not. So we want to make sure it's not a negative coming in. And everybody does it, okay? So I'm going to try it. I'm going to go, hey, Phoebe, look what I got. And I might even back up. Hey, baby, look, come. And when she starts picking it up, good girl, she tasted it, touched it with her tongue. Great, but that's okay. I'm going to praise her and love her, and then I'm going to release her and let her do whatever she wants to do. The important thing is when we're working with her, and it's with all dogs, we work 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we work 30 seconds. We always try to find a positive to end on. We want to leave her upbeat and us upbeat, okay? Remember, motivation is praise and consequence. Praise is words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion. Consequence is words and touch, but we're not here to intimidate, dominate, break her spirit, hurt her, or have her fear. And it ain't gonna work when you do that. All you're gonna do is intimidate a dog. You've got to find that point where she understands that you gotta do it whether you like it or not. And as long as you're upbeat and positive, it's gradually gonna get better and better, okay? The only other thing is with that praise and consequence, we wanna try to find reasons to praise our dogs 20 times more during the day than we bite. So she's laying down on the floor. If she starts running to you in the yard freewheeling, you didn't call her to you, if she sees you and starts coming, that's a great time to say come, because she's got that happy thought. She's gonna fulfill it. You're gonna pet her and love her, and she can say, oh, I love that word. I love my mom and dad, okay? I appreciate it. You know, my name is Jim Hodges. You can reach me at 336-945-3232. All of my residency clients, there's never a follow-up charge. If you need me and you want to work, you just give me a call and we'll do it. She's going to be a good girl. She's already a good girl, sweet and affectionate, and has really endeared herself in her family. We just want her to be able to enjoy all aspects of life, and being that leader is going to help do it. Thank you so much, and God bless. Good girl.